Episode 6 of Wednesday Season 2 starts with Wednesday dancing to Blackpink in front of everyone. However, the most shocking part of all this stems from her colourful outfit and sudden personality change. The scene then cuts to 16 hours before all of this took place. We go right back after the Hyde attack at Nevermore. Wednesday, Morticia, Gomez and Enid meet with Dort and the sheriff. The sheriff is shocked to learn that Francois is alive and that she is Tyler's mum. Now she has two Hydes running around in town. Morticia explains that she made a deal with Francois and the sheriff is unsure if the Hydes will actually leave town. However, Dort brings the attention back to the gala. He believes the Hydes have left and their problem is solved. Now he wants to save the gala and issues a school-wide curfew. Later, Weem scolds Wednesday for messing up again, and she tells Wednesday that the vision has not changed and Enid is still in danger. To get her psychic abilities back, Wednesday must resolve the tension between her and Morticia. Her powers are tied to familial bonds, of course, and she also needs emotional clarity. Wednesday refuses and Weems calls her the weak link. Professor Orloff interrupts them though, and Wednesday asks him about Francois. Professor Orloff mentions that Francois had a brother called Isaac, and according to him, Isaac was the most brilliant of Da Vinci's and Augustus's mentees. Isaac helped Professor Orloff stay alive by designing his life support system. The professor also mentions that Isaac never cared about people, only science. Unfortunately, Isaac died in the lab explosion, but his body was never found. Now Wednesday visits Pugsley here and insists on knowing everything about his zombie pet. Pugsley reveals he saw Isaac at Pilgrim World and helped him escape. He shows Wednesday the picture of Francois that Isaac accidentally dropped. Now Wednesday orders Agnes to look into Isaac and realises the man is looking for his sister. Meanwhile, Tyler wakes up tied to a bed. His mum reveals that it is a necessity to keep him like this, and despite his resistance, he eventually complies. However, as she turns, she secretly coughs blood. In the meantime, Wednesday visits her grandma and asks for help restoring her psychic abilities. Hester tells her about Rosalind Rotwood, a legendary raven at Nevermore. Now Rosalind used to live in the same cottage that the Addams family are staying at in Nevermore. Sadly, Rosalind is dead, but there's a spell on her headstone. If a raven recites the inscription, she might be granted temporary sight. Hester warns Wednesday to be careful. Now Wednesday ignores the current curfew and visits the cemetery to check out Rosalind's grave. Enid tries to stop her since she doesn't want the whole dorm to be punished and miss out on the gala. Obviously, Wednesday doesn't listen until Thing drops by and informs Enid that Capri is doing door-to-door checks. Now Enid rushes to find Wednesday and drag her back, and just as Wednesday recites the inscription and meets with Rosalind warns that her arrogance will be her undoing. Now Wednesday asks for temporary sight, but in doing so she needs to go through a ritual. However, Rosalind warns that if she is interrupted during this, she will pay a heavy price. Naturally, the vision is interrupted when Enid shows and pulls her back. Both girls pass out and awaken the next morning, realising they've switched bodies. Weems informs Wednesday that she broke the Raven's gaze and has to figure out how to solve the situation, and she has 24 hours to be precise. Enid starts freaking out, but Wednesday remains calm. She asks Enid to keep her low profile, but that proves hard to do. By morning, Enid realises that Wednesday is truly allergic to colour. Morticia offers to help her with the remedy and notices that something is off. At Judy's house, Isaac kills her and continues to regain his human form. He returns to Galpin's old house and finds a secret entrance to the basement. There, he reunites with Francois and Tyler. He reveals that he is still hoping to save Francois from a Hyde side. Even though Augustus used Isaac's machine to give Normie's powers, Isaac is sure he can fix it. He's already taken Judy's card and wants him to sneak into Willow Hill and try the experiment again. However, he must drop by Nevermore first. Tyler is uncertain about the plan but goes along with it since he wants to save his mum. Capri finds Enid in the music room and brings up the Alpha topic again. Now Wednesday is shocked to hear that her bestie has been keeping such a big secret, and on her way out, Wednesday sees Rosalind's portrait and remembers what her grandma mentioned. She drops by the cottage and goes through Rosalind's things in a seance room. She comes across Morticia's books and wonders when her mum has been writing. Rosalind's ghost appears and warns her that she has until dawn to unravel the innermost secret of Enid's life if she wants to live. Morticia is surprised to find Enid snooping around, but assumes Wednesday sent her. At the dorm, Thing tells Enid about a support group he's going to. As always, Enid is supportive and she decides to go through Wednesday's novel, but is hurt and disappointed by how Wednesday describes her in the book. Hurt, she takes revenge on Wednesday by putting on a coloured outfit and dancing in front of the whole school. She passes out from an allergic reaction, but everyone took a video of that embarrassing moment. Elsewhere, Wednesday overhears Bruno talking to his girlfriend from back home. She breaks up with him, and Agnes drops by to check on Wednesday and notices she is acting strange. She brings up the breakup and Wednesday's premonition. Enid is shocked to realise Wednesday has been keeping a lot from her, and she lashes out at Agnes and breaks her heart. This sees Agnes is to attend the same support group as Thing, and she shares that she's hurt that no one sees her at Nevermore. As for Thing, he shares his desire to find out his past. Now Professor Orlov's words of encouragement cheer up the group. At dinner, Enid has a hard time eating the Adams' questionable delicacy. Morticia and Gomez call out the kids for lying, and Pugsley comes clean about Isaac. Morticia worries that Wednesday has lost her mind, and she senses another spirit and forces Weems to show herself. Now Weems reveals that Enid and Wednesday switch bodies and are in danger, but they can't help since this is something the girls must set right themselves. Morticia orders Enid to free Wednesday from the looping cages and fix everything. Back in Nevermore, Isaac visits Professor Orlov and retrieves the power source that's keeping him alive. He also eats Professor Orlov's brain for good measure, and Agnes is shocked to witness this. Thankfully, Isaac doesn't see her invisible form, and she follows Isaac and sees him meet with Tyler and Francois. She secretly gets in a car's boot and sees Judy's body, and she calls Enid and tells her everything before sharing her location. Wednesday and Enid rush to save Agnes after realizing Isaac is heading back to Willow Hill. Unfortunately, Tyler senses Agnes and captures her just before the experiment to save Francois starts. Tyler is hurt that his mum sees her hide side as a curse, but is willing to do anything to save her. Now Wednesday and Enid interrupt the experiment to save Agnes, and to save her friends, Wednesday, still in Enid's body, wolfs out. She nearly kills Tyler since Francois stops him from turning into a hide. The girls leave just before the lab explodes. And after that ordeal, Agnes is relieved that her friends swapped bodies. Wednesday and Enid return to Rosalind's grave and reveal the secrets they learned about each other. It turns out Wednesday is scared to disappoint her mum, while Enid is scared to be alone. They also reveal the strengths they've learned about each other and finally switch back. Weems appears and warns Wednesday that a premonition has changed, telling Wednesday that her actions have put an Adams life in danger. However, which of the family are going to die. So this was certainly one of the best episodes of the season, and watching Enid and Wednesday swap bodies was fascinating and pretty amusing too. The duo perfectly embody each other's characters and is quite a testament to their exceptional acting abilities. With the premonition changing, it means Wednesday's family is now in danger. Obviously we don't know who might bite the bullet, but it's most likely going to be Wednesday. She's always risking her life to uncover hidden truths, and this could be her last rodeo. Of course, we're also curious about what happens to Francois and Tyler. The experiment failed and the machine was ruined, but is there another way to save Francois? Will she convince her son to give up his powers as well? Unlike Francois, Tyler lives for his power. He's found freedom in it and has no remorse about the humans he's killed either. It's unlikely he will give up, but we'll have to wait and see what unfolds. So let's jump into the penultimate episode. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.